I'm Zach Martinucci. I'm a fourth year and I study anthropology and Italian, and I bake bread out of my apartment, mainly trying new flavors based off my friends' personalities. The story I usually tell is that this is probably the third time in my life that I've tried baking bread, and really the first that I've been confident enough and had all of the knowledge and tools that I needed. Some of the other times were studying in Italy this summer, studying food for my thesis. And then over winter break, my dad's cousin opened a bakery near where we live in San Francisco. And it was like this family bake sale, and then I have an aunt that goes in at 4 a.m. and bakes bread, and another aunt that works the counter, and an uncle that comes and helps clean and run the shop. And so I asked if I could help, and I got to for a week. And so just by being around it, he really took me in as a mentee, and from that I was hooked. I wanted to come back and just try to recreate it in my apartment. People ask a lot, like, how long does it take and how does it work? And it takes 3 days from start to finish to make a loaf of bread, but it's not active time, it's just that's how long the entire process goes. So 3 days before I bake, I feed my yeast and make a levain. And then today we're at 2 days before the bake. So today I mix the additional flour and water, the yeast together, the levain, some salt, and then throughout the course of the day, it gets kneaded and turned. So precisely at 8 a.m. today, I did an autolyze step, which is the mixing of the flour and water just to hang out and get to know itself. And then 3 hours later, I come and add the yeast mixture, salt, and a little bit more water. And then that gets mixed, divided into 4 different evenly portioned trays, which will be the 4 different bread loaves. And then over the course of 2 hours, they each get turned, which is just like a gradual kneading process. And about an hour into that, I start adding the ingredients. And so all of those will go into their separate bread loaves on the second turn. So today there are 4 loaves. The basic dough is just a classic sourdough. The yeast is from San Francisco, so I like to say that it's a San Francisco sourdough. And then today we also have a bad and bougie, which was made in honor of my friend Caitlin. And that is a rosemary sourdough with a balsamic reduction and local avocado honey. And then there's a spicy hige for my friend Hiju, who is sweet, spicy, and a little bit nutty. And that one has cranberries and spicy candied pecans and cayenne pepper. And then the last one today is a new persona loaf I'm trying for my roommate and best friend Patrick. It's called Fruity Frat. We designed it this weekend together. And it is Jameson spiked peanut and almond butter, cranberries, and white chocolate. Then they have time to continue to proof and develop in the fridge, which gives me more time because I have 8 to 10 hours. It's a little bit more flexible in my day, and the fridge rest also helps develop the flavor. And then tonight we'll shape all of the loaves and then put them into baskets, which will give them their final shape and form. And they get overnight, or 2 nights in the fridge, so it's about 36 to 48 hours. And then Saturday morning I'll get up and preheat the oven and the special pans I use and bake each loaf. After the bread is finished, probably one of the best parts is that when it's cooling and the air is continuing to release through the really hot bread loaf, it crackles and makes what's known as the song of the bread, which is like a really cheesy but oddly special moment where the bread has just come out of the oven and it's sitting on your table and you can't eat it yet because it's so hot, but you get to listen to it as it cools and is ready to eat. And then, of course, sharing the bread with whoever's around or walking it to friends if they ordered a loaf or if I'm bringing it to them. That's really the best part.